Welcome to the Dark Reading News Desk. Terry Sweeney here, contributing editor to Dark Reading, and we're coming to you from Google's There's No Place Like Chrome event in New York City. I'm joined now by Lauren Miskelley, who leads the go-to-market team for Chrome Enterprise at Google. Lauren, thanks for joining us on the Dark Reading News Desk.
Thanks for having me, Terry.
Hey, you're talking with customers all the time. I'm just curious what a common question is that you get from IT leaders and CISOs when you talk to them about Chrome Enterprise.
The thing that surprises me the most is that they will come to us and say, what is Chrome Enterprise? How is Chrome Enterprise different than Chrome that I have today?
The browser enterprise is kind of a hidden sort of subset to the browser market, it seems.
Yes.
For most IT leaders, it seems.
Exactly. So Chrome browser, obviously been around for a long time. Consumers have it on many, many devices globally. The Chrome browser for enterprise, it's actually the same Chrome browser that everyone knows and loves on their own personal device. But we've really built a lot of controls and reporting and administrative things that you can do to make it more secure and more managed in the enterprise. So it's something that surprises a lot of leaders, IT leaders and security leaders, is that there is all of this extra additional layers that they get with the browser that consumers know and love, but in an enterprise environment.
All right. Well, as organizations learn more about the secure aspects of enterprise browsing and Chrome Enterprise in particular, what does the arc look like as they add more features or more capabilities or push down policies? Describe that for us.
Yeah, so typically when we work with customers, a lot of times they start with what we call Chrome Enterprise Core. So that's a free offering that a organization will turn on for their users. It's really a cloud managed instance of Chrome. So the users, same Chrome that they use every day, but the IT organization will turn on reporting insights so they can start to see security and risks in their environment and what might be coming from their corporate users. And a lot of times that's a very lightweight way to start, is just saying, hey, let's see what's happening in the browser. What risks exist with our users today and our corporate data? And a lot of times customers will just start there as a way to just understand the landscape of the browser within their organization.
So for boards of directors whose job it is to manage risk, I can imagine this would be enormously attractive.
Yes, definitely. It's a really easy, low lift way to say, I can take a look at what's already happening today and this risk vector that is where most people are starting work now. Most of your corporate data starts with the browsing, and that's where users are going. And without doing much of anything, you can turn on signals to just say, hey, what risks exist in my environment today? And then we can start talking about how do you mitigate those.
So getting a bit more granular there, what are some of the risk metrics that Chrome Enterprise is looking at?
Some of the things you can start looking at is for phishing attacks, say data loss. A lot of times you see in corporate data get out into the world where some of it is bad actors, some of it is just employees making mistakes. And saying, hey, is our corporate data getting at risk because of a mistake that an employee made within the browser?
All right. Well, related to that, I'm curious what customers are telling you about their top security challenges and how you and your team are helping them address that.
And that a lot of organizations are worried about the threats that exist and where their employees might be accessing data. A lot of their old ways that they manage security is no longer up to par with today's environment. And then as you bring in things like AI and generative AI, there's just new vectors and new ways that security professionals and organizations are saying, how do we make sure that we're keeping our corporate data safe?
Lauren, close us out with, say, a success story from what you've seen with enterprise customers who are using Chrome Enterprise.
Definitely. So we've seen some amazing use cases. I think what's really great is what I talked about at the beginning is this: some customers have quite literally just turned on reporting, turned on some of those insights of security incidents, looked at that, seen some of the data that's getting exfiltrated from their environment, and within a day been able to turn on controls and stop that from happening just by enabling Chrome Enterprise. And that's something that can happen because it's all happening in the cloud, all on Chrome that already exists on people's devices. It can happen within a day that they find an immediate ROI to what they're doing because they've been able to mitigate a lot of risk of corporate data that would cost them a huge amount to their IP, to their business, and so forth.
Great stuff, Lauren. Really tremendous insights into how enterprise browsers can manage risk for an organization. Thanks so much for joining us on the news desk today.
Thanks for having me.
We've been talking with Google's Lauren Miskelley. This has been Terry Sweeney for the Dark Reading News Desk. Thanks for joining us for this segment. We'll see you next time.